welcome back to this day. The Old Pros are teaming up with the Pub Club for a one-night-only event that you will definitely want to see. With more on this presentation, we welcome Old Pros Carol Glenn and Pub Club President Nancy Brown. Welcome, ladies. So nice to see you today, especially on this gloomy day you came out. So, Carol, you were here last month promoting an evening with James Joyce. How did that event go?
Oh, it was wonderful, and I didn't realize we had so many James Joyce fans, but we had a full house and had to bring in more tables, so that's always awesome. A happy thing to happen.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, to have everybody come out to support it, that's
right.
The best feeling.
And then this month, it's our second annual event with the Pub Club.
Okay, so this is the second time it's happened. So how did this event come about originally?
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but we love to work with the different clubs. And amongst all of the stories that come out are some really fun ones that we thought, let's bring them to life. And that's how it happened.
Oh, wonderful.
And if I could add one more thing to that, our club has been collaborating with other clubs in the village, and Carol and I were talking about how that collaboration seems to be blossoming, and you know, we really are enjoying doing that.
Oh, that's wonderful. So, that's great. So tell us about the Village Stories here.
Well, Village Stories is our annual anthology, and it is a compilation of stories and poems from our members. And this book is part of, it's given to every member that joins the club. And I would like you to have a copy of this book.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
And Carol, I'm not sure how it actually got started. You must have read some of the stories.
Well, in the past, Lee McMorris had pulled together stories for the first annual event. This time around, we had a couple of kerfuffles along the way, and we had to switch our monthly meetings. And so I thought, well, we've got the Pub Club coming up. Let's do it. I grabbed the book and I went to your last meeting, which was the poets. And so I have a combination of a couple of the poets and 3 interesting stories out of that we'll be bringing to life.
Oh, how exciting. So how many people are involved in bringing this to life?
Okay, well, I have an ensemble cast of 8, 4 men, 4 women, and they mix it up in the different skits, so everybody has a couple of shots. Oh, and I just saw coming up on the paper, the other thing on the paper, on the screen, our dear friend Louis Marcus passed. He passed about 3 weeks ago, and we didn't have time at our last meeting to really acknowledge it. So this month, there will be a special tribute to Louis, who was in so many of our productions.
I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry to hear about that. But that'll be really special to remember him.
Just a delight working with, so much fun. I directed him in a couple of pieces. One time he was a sleazy lawyer in Who's in Bed with the Butler, and another time he was an Italian gangster, and once in a while he gets caught up in Shakespeare, but recently he was in some of our monthly meetings when we acknowledged various authors and playwrights.
Wonderful. So tell us about, for this event coming up on May 22nd, what's going to be the highlight?
It's hard to say because there's so many delightful pieces. It's a mix. Nancy, you're reading one of your pieces. Dennis Glauber has a couple of his little short, very just delightful pieces that he puts together. He's such a clever man. And then, as I said, we've got these skits. We've taken 3 stories. I edit them to a point where it becomes more of a production, but we still have narrators to help fill in the blanks along the way.
Okay.
One thing I'd like to mention about Dennis, he was a retired South African anesthesiologist.
Oh, wow.
He published his first book at age 95.
Oh my goodness, wow.
And that was, I believe that, I thought he was 96, but I think it was a couple of years ago. So maybe he's got you would never know this man.
I didn't realize
No.
he was hit over the 90s. He's in that club.
Yes. So,
Going
and
for the
he
100.
is delightful, and reading his works is very special.
So is Dennis one of the narrators
Yes.
then?
Yes.
Okay, so one of his stories is being showcased?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, these are his poems,
His
and
poems.
he is just so clever. It's a delight, and his reading is just such elan that he brings to his stories.
Oh, that's so exciting. And so, Carol, what is your role in this production?
I'm the director and
Okay.
editor.
So you've
Enough
been
said.
putting it together and making
Yes.
it cohesive and
Which
so that it
is
flows from one to the next?
exactly, that's what when I get everything else together, it's like, okay, now how do we make sense so it flows?
That's wonderful. What do you like best, Carol? Do you like performing or do you like directing?
It depends. It's I love both of them. These days, I find myself doing more of the directing than the acting, but every now and then I'll do a little piece because I just don't seem to have time to devote to the whole enchilada.
And so, Nancy, what is the most rewarding for you in doing collaborations like this and seeing it come to life?
Well, ever since I became president in January of 2023, I have been working to find other people to come on board to help out. And what we've discovered is giving people one task and not 10 tasks is working really well. And we've got some wonderful people that are stepping up to the plate. We've got some new people into the village, like just weeks into the village, that saw our Globe News and have come on board. So
that's wonderful.
The collaboration, I think, has just worked really well.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah,
wonderful.
so-
I love to hear that. And, and the more you put in, the more you get out of it, right?
Exactly.
And to have the one task and be able to do a good job at the one task
Right.
is definitely better than, like you said, having too many tasks and I can't do any of them well.
Right, exactly.
And then sometimes you can have several different people because you always want a backup. We've found in the past certain people wind up doing this job and you say, well, we just go to this person.
Yeah.
We need more people, and Old Pros definitely would love to have some fresh faces in. We've, we lost Lewis, and that was a big hole for us, and we would love to have some new people.
Wonderful. Yeah, it takes a village, right?
Yes, absolutely. This is the place to find them.
Well, thank you, ladies, for coming on and sharing about this, and good luck with the event. It sounds
Thank
amazing.
you.
Thank you, and enjoy Village Stories.
Thank you. I really appreciate
yes.
it. Come join the Old Pros and the Pub Club as they present live from Clubhouse 7 stories brought to life with Pub Club Night on Wednesday, May 22nd. The show begins at 7 p.m. Old Pro members are free and non-members are $5. Stay with us. We have this week's movie presentations and weather coming up right after this. We'll